Already 15 weeks ago I left Vienna on my bike, and since then I crossed 7 countries, cycled thousands of kilometers and I don't know how much elevation. Now I'm cycling across the 8th country, Greece. Looking back on the previous 15 weeks, I would say I've become a different person. Welcome to the adventure of my life. Welcome to episode 13 of my bike odyssey across Europe. In the previous episode, besides enjoying indecent amounts of tzatziki and Freddo cappuccinos, I also managed to cycle from the Greek-Albanian border to the city Patras. The ride was amazing. I had beautiful sunrises, amazing sunsets and even managed to get a new friend. Only downside were some unpleasant encounters with dogs that chased me here and there. But let's see it as a preparation for countries that will come later on this tour. And trust me, I will need the training. What although really worried me on this ride was this terrible squeaky sounds my bike was making while braking. Next to that, one of my brakes was almost not really working anymore. So while in Patras, my main priority became to find the best tzatziki in town. is to find a good bike shop and fix my bike. Hopefully, if my donkey is fit again, the plan for the next day is to cycle to the Greek capital. And I can't tell you how excited I am. On top of that, on the way to Athens, I will pass and cycle along the channel of Corinth. Since years, I wanted to see the channel with my own eyes. So this will be a huge highlight for me and I hope for you too. Have fun with this video.
The first thing that we need in a bike store is new tubes, because I'm running on fixed tubes, and I also want to buy some shampoo and some degreaser for the chain, because the chain is in a catastrophic state and I want to clean it. Tomorrow I will actually go to a campground, I ask them if they have a garden hose, and I will just wash everything again and make sure the chain is like new again. And the other problem is I want to check the brakes and probably I need to replace the pads. I really hope to have the right pads. I am happy that I'm at least here in Patras, because it's a quite big city and I found some good bike stores. Wish me luck.
So instead of strolling around the city, I strolled through Google reviews to find the perfect bike shop. I know it sounds quite strange, but the bike is not only my home. I'm not sure what word fits best. Maybe friend or partner or companion. If I'm thinking now about it, I think partner fits actually the best. Even though it is just a machine, for me it is way more than that. For me it is my donkey. So handing the bike over to a stranger felt strange to me and quite difficult. So I tried to find at least a store I feel most comfortable with. I found the best guys for this job in Patras. After a short inspection, it got clear my braking pads, front and back, were basically gone. And I was riding more or less metal against metal. I had a moment of panic as it seemed they didn't have the right pads in the store and they would need to order it for me. But then the owner found in the storage room a last pack and quickly changed it for me. The operation was a full success. If you're ever in need for some bike specialists in Patras, I can highly recommend the ideal bike shop Patras. Now that my donkey was fit again, I knew I could leave tomorrow and I was able to enjoy the last evening in the city. And what's better for that than strolling around? Patras charmed me already from the first hours spent here, with its vibrant and young vibe, but also preserving elements of the old. I took a walk around the old town, but what impressed me the most were the many stairs built to connect the church of Archers Nikolaos to the city's castle. There I could enjoy an amazing view over the Gulf of Patras, painted in fiery sunset colors.
Good morning! I'm about to leave Patras and made already the first kilometers, and the brakes are so nice. It's such a nice feeling. Completely different feeling of braking and also riding. It's beautiful, amazing. Today is a quite short day, but I bought shampoo and degreaser for my bike. So we will make only, I think, 30 kilometers to a campground. I will use the garden hose and clean the donkey, make everything nice again, and also decrease the chain completely. It's really necessary. And then the whole bike is gonna be like new.
Faster than expected, I arrived at the campground. Having arrived before sunset gave me the possibility to become friends with Odi, the dog of the camp, go for a swim and finally clean my bike, and most importantly, degrease the chain.
The bike is beautiful again and also completely degreased. And look at this. This is silver again. All the oil and dirt is gone. Amazing. Look at this. Beautiful little donkey.
Today is actually a very special day.
Friends, today is a very special day, and not only because it's 4 o'clock and I made already camp and I'm ready to go swimming, but today is day 100 of this tour. I needed to celebrate it with a very strange looking chocolate croissant, but better than nothing. And I need to say, it's crazy. It feels so surreal. 100 days ago, I left Vienna on day 1 and we crossed so many countries, made so many kilometers. It's crazy. Makes me a bit nostalgic, but also a little bit sad and worried that the tour might end. And yeah, it's a bit very strange. But still, this week Athens, afterwards Thessaloniki, afterwards Istanbul. Tomorrow will be quite hard, and I'm also really looking forward passing by Corinth and also seeing the channel of Corinth. I think it will be super cool. Anyways, enough talking, let's go swim.
100 days on the road. This sounds so surreal. How lucky am I to be able to make a trip like this? The last bits of light I used in the taverna here to have some tzatziki and to fix all my broken tubes. I think I have 4 or 5 punctured tubes that I carry around since ages. So time to finally fix them. Eventually it became time to say goodbye to Odi and to our short friendship. Time to hit the road. Day 101 of my bike odyssey across Europe.
After having gotten the new pads for the brakes and degreasing the whole chain, making sure everything is perfect and new again, I need to say it's amazing. It feels like a new bike. It's so nice. Everything's smooth and perfect. This morning I oiled it again. It's a dream. It feels really like a new bike. Alrighty, I made the first stop, got some water and also some juice. I made already 30 kilometers. They passed by really fast and the scenery is so amazing. It's like this big mountains in the background. Soon, I think the next 20 kilometers I will bike completely next to the sea. Also will be very nice, and my plan is to make this part really fast. Today is really flat, and then I just jump into the sea, get a Freddo cappuccino and then make the other half. So I think today it's 110, 120 kilometers, something like this. If I'm in good time, and so far I'm quite good in time, I will stop and swim. Which will be probably one of the last times this year. I don't want to admit it, but yesterday I went in the water and it was really cold. But I'm also not very good with dealing with cold temperatures. Anyways, let's go.
The ride today was simply perfect. The route went on an old natural road on the cliffs next to the sea. There's a new highway which goes through tunnels, and all the traffic is going there, so I had the road pretty much for my own. I can't say it more often, but the ride today was amazing. The kilometers passed by like nothing and I got closer and closer to Corinth. Plan today is to bike to an ancient port shortly before Corinth and to make camp there.
It's around the time of the day where I start looking for camp spots, but somehow along the coast here is like village after village, and yeah, I was hoping maybe I find something before this ancient port, but so far bad luck. There's a lot of beach, but everything like too exposed, or there are just beach bars and stuff like this. Nothing that I can put my tent, and it's really village after village. So yeah, let's set all our hope into the ancient port.
Eventually I arrived at the destination, but the port was fenced and there was no chance to reach the beach. So only option is to make camp on a beach near the city. The good thing is it brings me closer to Athens. The bad thing is, since the sun is setting, it's gonna be a ride in the dark during rush hour.
after an excellent night and already the first Freddo cappuccino of the day, I'm here in front of Uncle Pegasus, ready to leave Corinth, top motivated to reach the capital of Greece, and let's go.
The channel of Corinth is 6.4 kilometers long and connects basically the Ionian Sea with the Aegean Sea. Before biking along the channel, I will need to cross the channel directly at the entrance over a submersible bridge.
Alrighty, about to cross the Corinth channel, or the beginning of it, but there's a traffic jam because a sailing boat just passed by. 2.8 kilometers and a traffic jam.
While waiting in traffic, I didn't know yet that my second incident on this tour was waiting for me. Before we continue with the episode, I need to speak with you very quickly. In 2023, I plan to make the biggest project I have made so far on my channel. I'm really hyped and I can't wait to share everything with you. There's one small problem though. Because of the size of the project and the logistics behind, I'm required to search for sponsors helping me making this project possible. And this is where I need your help. Since I'm a quite small channel, it's gonna be difficult convincing companies offering me the necessary help and support. Preparing the pitch is already an incredible amount of work on its own, and I'm sure reaching this magic YouTube milestone of 1000 subscribers will help a lot. By reaching this number, we basically get one step closer in making this amazing project possible. Despite being just one click of a button, it means a lot to me. And with this small gesture of subscribing to my channel, you not only stay up to date with the project and not miss any new episodes, you also make a big difference and help realize it. Thank you so much for listening, and now enjoy the rest of the episode. There were multiple signs indicating that bikers should walk the bridge. Smart as I am, I ignored them, and as soon as the bridge was ready to pass, I followed on my bike the traffic. And of course, it had to happen. The force was absorbed by my frog bag, so luckily no damage on my donkey. At least I got a learning, and next time I will be, hopefully at least, smarter.
There was a sign that said bikers should walk, and I didn't really understand why, so I of course didn't follow this sign. Very smart. But I learned from it. I hope at least I learned. But yeah, nothing happened. It was very slow, so yeah. My own stupidity. Well deserved to fall.
Now I was basically biking parallel to the channel, but I did not get any proper view until I saw finally the channel of Corinth. I don't know why, but the channel of Corinth has fascinated me since I was a child. Being now here is a dream come true, and it filled me with so many emotions. Seeing these huge walls is really humbling. There have been so many attempts and plans made since the Roman Empire times to build it, but only in 1893 it was open for navigation. Sadly, the cost of this impressive masterpiece didn't meet the value it brought, and nowadays it is used only for tourism, as modern ships are too big to cross it. Nevertheless, it is impressive to see these almost vertical walls and imagine the amount of work people have put into creating it.
Δώσ' μου το φίλι σου και τα χείλη σφράγισε, να μην ακουστούνε λόγια μάρτωλα, χώμα το κορμί μου και δίψα.
I completely crossed the channel of Corinth from one side to the other. Sadly, I didn't see as much as I was hoping to because the street was always a little bit farther away, but what I saw on the drone was just crazy. That was crazy. Anyways, I'm here now, continue to Athens, will be a long ride, and actually today we have 2 ferries. So yeah, let's go.
The ride till the ferry was quite under pressure, because if I would miss that ferry, I would miss the connecting ferry, and I would be stuck.
So, actually making a quite good progress. It's tough. The road, it's next to a highway. At the beginning was actually not very beautiful. It was a bit annoying, but now it's here on the left mountains, and on the right side The sea couldn't be better. It's really amazing, really beautiful, but very tough. It's not only a lot of kilometers to Athens, but also a lot of elevations. It's not really mountains, but this road here, it constantly goes up and down. It's 20 meters up, 10 meters down. I think 1 kilometer away from the first ferry. I'm curious how it works with the ferry. I think it's every 15 minutes. It's a quite short one, but let's see how it's really working.
I arrived at the ferry station, but I was too late and I have missed the previous one. And now I need to wait for the next one, which might make me miss the connecting ferry to Piraeus, the harbor of Athens.
Alright, I took the ferry, managed to go on the other side. It's now 7 o'clock, a little bit after 7 o'clock, until the end of the island to the other ferry. It's I think around 12 kilometers.
The previous ferry brought me on the island Salamina, to the village Steno. Now I need to cross the entire island so I can take the ferry to Piraeus. It was basically a run against the time, chasing the last light and the last ferry. Arrived at the harbor, but is there still a ferry going? I could have hugged the person at the ticket counter as they gave me the ticket for the last ferry for today to Piraeus.
A game full of emotions. I arrived here at the end of the island and managed to get a ferry, even though the first person told me there's no ferry. And they say now there's a ferry till Piraeus, where I want to go, bike and the rest up to Athens. But I'm now at Parama, which is before Piraeus, so I need to bike no more. I have to say I'm really tired already. I was so happy to be on this ferry. And then the ferry arrived, all the people went out of the ferry, all the cars, and then I was the last one, and I was like, oh no.
Since the ferry dropped me at Parama instead of Piraeus, it meant I need an alternative route. From Piraeus I would have needed to bike 3 to 5 kilometers till Athens, but on a bike lane. From previous visits I know that the traffic in and around Athens is horrific. And now I needed to bike 20 kilometers in the darkness through crazy traffic, full of trucks. Wish me luck.
Alright, next good news. My light is off, so I need to use the headlamp now. This day is terrible. I just arrived in my accommodation in my Airbnb for the next few days. And it has even like a treadmill, very cool. I just arrived here, it was so stressful, terrible traffic. Everybody driving like crazy. Also it was like a street with I think it was allowed to go 80. And yeah, then the light broke and it was...
Welcome to Athens. This was episode 13. I really hope you like it, and also really big thanks for watching it. As always, if you want to support me, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. In episode 14 we go all the way towards Thessaloniki. It will be a quite intense ride, but also very beautiful, and slowly autumn is coming. So stay tuned and see you next week for another video. Ciao ciao.